Sheldon, after the break, there's always that possibility of a slow start. Overall, are you happy with the team's effort tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good game for us. Parts of the second period, I think that we'd like to do better, but first and third periods, um, as good as we could probably ask for from our guys, with the exception of executing on our chances, finishing around the net. But really good effort by our team, and we deserved the 2 points. So it's good to see us get rewarded.
Is there any updates that you have right now on Marchment?
Nothing right now, other than he's gonna be out. He's gonna miss some time. And, we'll get him assessed here in the coming days, and no more then. But certainly not going to be in for the next little while.
Is it difficult, with after Grunstrom left, there's a role open there for Marchment, that he gets injured the first shift of the game. Is that difficult with what you were expecting to go from there?
Well, I mean, I don't know that Grunstrom leaving creates a role for Marchment. I think Mason Marchment was pretty solidified in our lineup and had a role and made an impact on our team. Obviously, we changed the lines up a little bit to kind of plug a hole. So it's difficult to lose a player like Mason. You don't like to see any of our guys get hurt. It's tough in a game like this today. It's so early, and it disrupts your bench. But I thought the guys that got the extra minutes did a nice job of it.
It seemed like Laval had a real emphasis on keeping you guys out of scoring chance areas, even if it meant allowing a few shots on the outside. Is that something you expected, and how do you adjust for tomorrow with that in mind?
Yeah, we did expect that. They do a good job of not giving you a whole lot in terms of odd man rushes or making too many mistakes. They don't take a lot of chances. As a result, you go into the game fully expecting it to be tight all throughout. And certainly you don't get a whole lot of looks on the inside. I thought we did have some, certainly, and we didn't make good on them. Maybe overpass at different times, but that is sort of what we've come to expect playing against Laval. You got to be really good on special teams to get an edge, and we were unable to break free in that area until overtime, obviously. But I thought we did a nice job of really controlling the play, which is something that we struggled to do against them in most of our games that we played against them, with the exception of the last two. This one here and the second one out in Laval when we went there for back-to-back games. So that's a good sign that we're feeling our way through how to play against them. But scoring and breaking the game open is a whole nother thing, and that's kind of the next step. But it doesn't come easy. It's not just us; it's everybody in the league.
Speaking of special teams, that power play in overtime, was there any hesitation to go all forwards at the start, or was that something you were completely comfortable with?
No, I mean, my only hesitation was that we don't spend a lot of time thinking about 4-on-3 and what the units might look like. Had to make a decision, kind of had the three guys that we wanted, and just deciding between Rosen and Sam Gagner. Decided to go with Sam. For the simple reason that we thought he's worked well with those other forwards, but I didn't really hesitate in terms of the defending part of it, and Jeremy Bracco showed that he can defend and shut it down when he needs to.
Dmitry Timashov was flying tonight. He had plenty, zone exits, and he was really, possessing the puck well. What about Dmitry has helped that fourth line propel as of late?
Well, I think you just mentioned it. The way that he carries the puck and brings it up the ice. Kind of sets the line up into the offensive zone. Colin Greening does a good job of that himself, but is a real force down the offensive zone below the dots, especially. And Timashov transports the puck and gets it there very well. So I like a lot about his game here in the last few weeks. He seems to be getting better and better. Marchment goes down today. There's a lot more minutes for the left wingers, and I thought Timashov, Engvall, and Moore did a really nice job of that.
Speaking of that fourth line, I noticed towards the end of the third you were playing Gagner with them instead of Clune for a few of those shifts. Obviously, that's an offensive leverage thing. You guys didn't have a goal, but what does it say to have those two guys who aren't in totally ideal roster situations, but are willing to kind of take that sacrifice, be it playing the extra minutes or taking the shift off?
Yeah, I think it's important when you're trying to put together a team. I think that's been sort of the biggest change or development in our team, is that we've just come together a little bit better. We've got more flow with our lineup. Guys are recognizing the situation, how we need to help each other and support each other to be better as a team. We thought we were getting a lot of good individual performances from players all throughout the season, but as we're working better as a unit, it's really helped us. Today, we lost Adam Brooks there in the third period for a chunk of time and decided to just go with 9 forwards instead of 10. That's why we didn't see Rich Clune for a good chunk there. We just put Gagne there, moved Juris up into the Brooks spot, and put Gagne with Timoshoff and Greeny. But yeah, having some flexibility and guys being willing to move around is very helpful for your teams, because you're going to have roster fluctuation at the American League level. It's inevitable, so you got to be able to adjust to that.
10 games for Engvall on the first line. What have you thought of him in his new role?
I think he's done well with it. I personally don't know what our first line is, but Mueller and Bracco are 2 good offensive players for sure. We've tried to use Engvall in a penalty killing role for the most part, and he's gotten a lot better at that. We're spotting him in here and there in the power play, but for the most part, he's playing on the penalty kill and being responsible defensively and those types of things. But he's playing with a lot of confidence offensively and scored goals early. Hasn't scored of late with those guys, but I thought today was a much better game from him than what we saw previous to the break. So that's a very, very positive event.
Are you able to provide any update on Rasmus Sandin's status?
Yeah, he's gone from week to week to day here now. Yesterday was his first full practice with the team. So he's trending towards a return here soon. It's not going to be this weekend, but it could be anytime shortly thereafter.
Andreas Boardman missed some time obviously during the last month. How have you felt he's sort of integrated himself back in the lineup, and do you think he's kind of picking up where he left off before?
I think he's playing better than where he was before. Frankly, I thought today he was really exceptional. I liked our defense a lot. I thought Rosen was on another level tonight. But Boardman also I thought had a really strong game, but has played very well since coming back. So that's a very positive element for our team. Like I said, I thought all 6 of our defense did a really good job today. We had the puck, a great deal throughout the game, and our guys handled it well, made plays, moved it to the forwards well, found speed themselves, and Boardman was a real good driver of that.